Alright, Mark, we are literally just 48 hours away from UFC Fight Night Berlin, where you main event and take on Gegard Mousasi. Can you just tell us how you're feeling 2 days out from the fight itself?
I'm feeling great. You know, in the past, I wouldn't be too keen at taking so many interviews today because my mouth will be cotton mouth, and I'll be like, excuse me, I need to take a drink of water. But I'm fine. And I've done a lot of interviews, done a lot of promotions for this fight, and I feel good. I'm standing in front of you today with a lot of energy. So yeah, I'm fine. My preparation for this fight was on point, and I'm very prepared, very well prepared going into this fight.
Is this the easiest weight cut of your career, would you say?
I'd say one of the easiest. It's going to be an easy weight cut for me. So I've combined science and success together now with the help of Sam Calavita, who's in my gym. He's orchestrating all these things that I need to do in order to be on weight, and it being easy. And I credit all the success to him in doing that, because that kind of lengthened my career a little bit more, because I wasn't eating, wasn't drinking, and couldn't wait. That's a recipe for disaster in the beginning of my career, and I don't know how I was so successful doing that, because I was cutting mad weight. I was cutting like 25 pounds in a week just in water weight, and not eating and working out twice a day just to make weight. Like it was crazy, and not a lot of guys can do that, but I was tough enough to be able to do it, and now I got it down pat. I'm eating 3 meals a day. I'm drinking a gallon of water, and it's just like amazing. It's like I am getting lean. I see myself, and my abs are coming out the party. But it feels good, man. It feels really good.
Okay. Both you and Gegard haven't hid. There's no secrets into what your game plans are.
Yeah.
You've both been quite open. You obviously want to get it down to the ground as soon as you can. He obviously wants to keep it standing. When we spoke to Gegard yesterday, he said what's going to be decisive in this fight is who controls the distance. And he said that he's been working a lot on that, and he's got a few tricks up his sleeve. A, what do you make of that? And B, have you been working on how you're going to be able to close that distance to get that shot in?
Yeah, he's always controlled the fight with distance, and that's what he does. He controls the distance quite well. He's a very good striker. He's also versed on the ground. He gets the fight back up to where he wants it and controls the distance once again. Having said that, I have been working a lot on closing the distance, but this is not a wrestling match, and I know that. It's an MMA fight. We're gonna fight. We're not gonna wrestle. So I need to be versed at my striking, and I've been working with a lot of Muay Thai guys and working on my distance, working on closing the gap, working on if I can't close his distance, what I'm gonna do, working on if he counter strikes, if he lands his jab, what do I do next? So there was a lot of scenarios I was running through my mind, and also doing physically as well.
The middleweight division's changed a lot in the last 12 months. So looking at this fight with Mousasi, what would a win over him do for you in regards to rankings, in regards to title contention?
We have a similar opponent that we fought, and we both lost to, and he is now fighting for the title. So this is just going to get us back in the mix. It might be 1 or 2 more after that, but as you well know, TJ Dillashaw was coming off a win after losing, and then gets a title shot and wins the belt. So that's a lot can happen, and guys are getting hurt, and you need to be ready, and so I know that I just have to be ready and prepared, and if the opportunity arises, that I'll be there for that. And so just recently Vanderlei Silva had to pull out, and now Vitor Belfort steps in against Chael Sonnen. So it's just, stuff like that happens all the time. So yeah, I mean, with a win over Gegard, it's definitely gonna mix. I mean, there's a lot of shuffling, a lot of parity. There's a lot of contenders at middleweight right now. I mean, a lot, and I'd be remiss to name all of them because I might forget one, you know. But there's a lot out there, so it gets us back in the mix.
Okay. One of the questions I had for you was the fact that last weekend things didn't go Jake Ellenberger's way. So because he's obviously a close friend of yours, a training partner, you're obviously his head coach as well.
Yeah.
Does that put any extra pressure on you to not only get the win for yourself, but also, you know, get the win back for your team?
Yeah, you know, Jake Ellenberger, he obviously, you've seen him fight a lot, and the times that he won, he was very aggressive. He really didn't care what his opponents were going to do, and he went out there and he was a juggernaut, just like his nickname says. You can tell that he was thinking a lot in his fight against Robbie Lawler. He didn't execute his game plan quite well, and you know, I'm sure he wants that fight back. I didn't get to talk to him all that much. We responded through text a lot because he just fought a week ago,
Yeah.
and so I came here. So I'm anxious to see what he was thinking entering inside the octagon. But he'll be back. You know, he'll be back, and I don't think it is pressure for me. I don't think so. You know, the thing is this is a fight, and I already got my credibility with all the guys there at Reign. They know me. They know how I coach. They know my work ethic, and you know, they know my heart. You know, and I can compete with the best guys. So, you know, win or lose, they're still going to be behind me.
And finally, coming back to your fight on Saturday night with Mousasi, give us a prediction. How do you think this fight's going to end for you?
So I feel that this fight is going to be one in transition, and he's shown some weaknesses with wrestling, but I know this is not a wrestling match. This is a fight. So whoever can put together the setups or keep the distance, and whoever can fight their fight is going to win the fight. And so I'm very confident that I'm going to go in there and get them to the ground and play the Donkey Kongas and show up winning second round that night.